the Dallas Cowboys have made one of the most talked about moves of the offseason by bringing back Jadeveon Clowney. And this decision has sparked a wave of excitement, speculation, and of course, some debate among fans and analysts alike. Clowney, who was once the first overall pick in the 2014 NFL draft by the Cowboys, returns to Dallas with a mix of expectations and hopes that he can recapture his prime form and provide the kind of pass-rushing dominance that the Cowboys desperately need. Over the past few seasons, the Cowboys' defense has shown flashes of brilliance, but has also struggled at times to consistently pressure opposing quarterbacks and stop high-powered offenses in crucial moments. With the addition of Clowney, many believe that the defense takes a significant step forward. Not only does Clowney bring raw power and speed, but his versatility on the defensive line is something that makes him a valuable chess piece. He can play on the edge or slide inside, which allows the coaching staff to create mismatches and disguise blitzes in ways that can confuse opposing offensive lines. The hope here is that Clowney's presence will complement the emergence of Micah Parsons, the young star linebacker who has already turned heads with his disruptive playmaking ability. Parsons has the athleticism and football IQ to wreak havoc, and pairing him with Clowney means the Cowboys can apply pressure from multiple angles, increasing the likelihood of forcing turnovers or hurried throws. In the last few years, the Cowboys' defense has occasionally been criticized for not being able to consistently get to the quarterback, which is a crucial factor in today's pass-heavy NFL. Adding Clowney addresses that concern directly, but it also raises questions about how this signing affects the rest of the defensive front. The Cowboys have a few other key players on the defensive line, including DeMarcus Lawrence, who has been a stalwart and a consistent performer for the team. With Clowney back, the defensive line rotation becomes deeper and more dynamic, but it also means there might be some tough decisions coming regarding roster spots and contracts. Rumors have begun circulating that the Cowboys might look to trade or release certain veterans to make room for Clowney, which is a reminder that every big signing comes with its own set of ripple effects throughout the roster and salary cap. Meanwhile, on the offensive side of the ball, there's some disappointing news regarding KaVontae Turpin, the Cowboys' electric return specialist and wide receiver. Turpin has quickly become a fan favorite thanks to his blazing speed, elusiveness, and ability to change the momentum of a game with a single kick or punt return. Unfortunately, he has suffered a high ankle sprain during training camp, which is one of the more painful and lingering injuries a player can experience. High ankle sprains often require extended recovery time and can hamper a player's explosiveness and cutting ability even after the initial injury seems healed. For Turpin, who relies so heavily on those quick cuts, breakaway speed, this type of injury is particularly concerning. Reports suggest he may miss several weeks, potentially the start of the regular season, which leaves a hole in the Cowboys' special teams and offensive game plan. Turpin's injury forces the coaching staff to reconsider their strategy, especially in the return game, where his impact has been undeniable. The Cowboys may need to turn to other players to fill that role, and it remains to be seen who will step up and provide the kind of spark Turpin delivered. Some fans are worried that without Turpin's explosiveness in the return game, the Cowboys could lose valuable field position battles, which in tight games can be the difference between a win and a loss. On top of that, Turpin has been a versatile weapon on offense, giving the Cowboys another option in the passing game. Without him, more responsibility might fall on the shoulders of players like CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard to create big plays and keep the offense dynamic and unpredictable. This situation highlights how injuries can quickly alter a team's plans and force them to adjust on the fly. Going back to Clowney's signing, there's also an interesting strategic layer to consider. The Cowboys have been building a team with a strong defensive identity under their current coaching staff, and adding a player like Clowney sends a message that they are serious about competing for a Super Bowl. Clowney's reputation as a disruptive force who can change the course of a game fits perfectly into that vision. However, some analysts caution that Clowney has had his share of injury struggles and inconsistency in recent years, which, raises the question of whether he can stay healthy and produce at a high level consistently. Yeah, the Cowboys will be banking on his experience and leadership to not only elevate the defense, but also mentor younger players like Parsons, helping to build a cohesive and confident unit beyond the immediate roster implications. Clowney's signing has stirred speculation about further moves the Cowboys might make to bolster their defense or adjust their offense in response to Turpin's injury. There have been whispers about the possibility of the Cowboys exploring trades for depth at linebacker or cornerback, or even signing a veteran pass rusher to add competition and depth alongside Clowney and Parsons. The NFL is a league where depth is critical, and the Cowboys know that injuries can derail even the most promising seasons. So keeping the roster flexible and filled with capable backups is always part of the offseason calculus. Some rumors suggest that the Cowboys could be looking to the draft or undrafted free agent pool to find hidden gems that can contribute immediately. This is a common approach for teams that want to maximize their cap space and find affordable talent that can make an impact. In terms of offense, with Turpin's sideline, the Cowboys might look to sign or promote players who can contribute on special teams or as slot receivers to pick up the slack. Special teams coaches will be under pressure to find the right combination to maintain effectiveness in kickoff and punt returns, which are crucial for setting the tone early in games. The fan reactions have been a mix of excitement and concern. Many are thrilled to see a big-name player like Clowney back in Dallas, hoping this signals a more aggressive approach on defense. The optimism is palpable, with fans dreaming about a shutdown defense that can carry the team deep into the playoffs. At the same time, there is some worry about the risk of Clowney's injury history and how that might impact his availability throughout the season. Meanwhile, the news about Turpin has brought out a lot of empathy from the fan base, with many expressing their support and hoping for a speedy recovery. Social media platforms are buzzing with messages encouraging Turpin to get well soon, reflecting the connection that players can build with fans in just a short time. Looking ahead, it's clear that the Cowboys season will hinge on how well they can integrate Clowney into the defense and how quickly Turpin can recover or be replaced in the return game. The coaching staff faces a challenging puzzle, balancing the need for strong defense, a potent offense, and effective special teams. The team's front office will be watching closely as training camp progresses, ready to make additional moves if necessary to keep the team competitive. All in all, the signing of Jadeveon Clowney marks a bold statement by the Dallas Cowboys that they are ready to make a push for championship contention, addressing one of their key weaknesses from last year, getting consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks. At the same time, the injury to KaVontae Turpin is a setback that the team will need to overcome by relying on depth and smart adjustments. As fans, it's a roller coaster of emotions, hope mixed with concern, but that's what makes following an NFL team so compelling. Every signing, injury, and rumor changes the narrative and keeps us on the edge of our seats. For the Cowboys, the next few weeks leading into the regular season will be crucial in determining if these moves pay off. Will Clowney reignite the defense and help push Dallas into the playoffs? Can Turpin return in time to make a difference? Or will someone else rise to the occasion? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. The Cowboys are making bold moves and their fans have plenty to be excited about. So stay tuned, keep following the updates, and as always, we'll be here breaking down every twist and turn of the Dallas Cowboys journey this season.